Hi folks, and welcome to my top 100 board games of all time. We've got some good ones to talk about and some new ones to my collection. Three new ones in this 10 we're going to talk about. First of all, let's talk about an oldie, but a goodie. It is Versailles. Woo-hoo! I love me a rondelle. This whole board is a rondelle. You're moving around, gathering resources, getting extractions, trying to buy garden tiles, then build those garden tiles for victory points as well. I love that there's in-game points to be had. This game used to end with everyone completing the garden, and now it rarely ends that way because we've learned that speeding up the king and getting him to the garden is another great way to end it. But either way, this game is so smart, and it's so easy, and it's so cheap to get. Again, another one that just sings to me. I recently won, not because I built the most pieces in the garden level, but at the end game, I just had a bunch of all your junk, even the tiles you didn't even plant, are worth actually 1 victory point. And that's what people were forgetting because they were passing up the junk garden tiles. There are certain garden tiles that, after a way, depending on how the garden's looking, certain garden tiles just can't fit in there anymore. But it's okay. Grab them. Grab them. They're worth a victory point at the end of the game. And I grabbed a huge stack of them. No one else was getting them. And every time I landed there, I was just grabbing worthless ones. Like, why are you getting those? They're worth nothing. You can't put them in there. I was like, I got a plan. And then when I cashed in like 15 victory points with all those tiles, I went, oh, they're worth victory. I forgot about that. Yeah, you got to remember all that extra stuff you got can also count for stuff. But I mean, those are small points there, but the game can be pretty tight. This is a game, again, like I said, it's very cheap. And it's a lot of fun. If you like rondelles or anything, check it out and get it. Excellent. Versailles. Number 39, I've had my collection for the entire 8 years I've been doing this. And it's Formula D. Formula D is moving back up my list again. It moves up. It seesaws up and down. It's always been my top 100. But this year, we actually did, I've always wanted to do it. It was a 5-man racing tournament where first player got like, I think 5 points. The fifth player got 1 point. Just kind of the point system went backwards. And if you crashed, then you got 0 points. And it was super close, except for maybe the last my little nephew always crashes a lot. So he was kind of out of the game halfway, but he still played for a little while. And then at the end, everyone was upset because, well, it wasn't that bad because any out of the 5 of us, 3 of us had a decent shot at getting it. One, of course, all they had to do was come in first. The second person had to come in first and then had to have someone else come in third. The first player come in third to win. And then my strategy was I had to come in first, and first player had to wreck actually, and I had to come in first, which is what happened. He got greedy. First player got greedy, and whoever was in first place got greedy and wrecked his car, and I got first place. I mean, and then the other guy got third. So I mean, I got it by a long shot. So I was like, I cannot believe it just won the game. And then fourth player, I think everyone had to crash, and he had to get first, which did not happen. But it was kind of neat that everyone was kind of still in it. I've never played a tournament style that way. And I love it. Now I know this game can play with 8 players. And I'd love to play 8 players with this. I mean, this game would shoot up even higher probably if I did that. And I know Amadeus is probably done doing tracks for this. And I hate that because I still love the game. There's a huge following for this game still. And I know there's a lot of other racing games. Everyone keeps talking about Heat, Pedal to the Metal, but everyone's talking about Downforce before that. But for me, I don't really need anything other than Formula D. I think it may be simple now. I bought like a little promo card for it, but the only reason I bought that promo card because it came with a little car, and I love yellow, so it's like a little yellow buggy or whatnot, and I'll be racing with that thing from now on. I love that little thing. I bought it right after we played it like those 16 times over this summer. So really good stuff. But Formula D, a classic, and I still love it. Number 38 is another one that Rado had on his top 5 most underrated games, and I agree. Preor is underrated, greatly underrated. I love this game because you're using your dice as worker placement in a way, but they're going to grow up, meaning the dice will. You got a bunch of 1s that'll turn into a 2, to a 3, to a 4, to a 5, and once they get to a 6, they retire. You still have to pay them. And there's certain tiles that'll bring them out to retirement to make a big move because the bigger the die, the bigger the move. But the thing is, though, when they get too big, it's going to be dragging. You're going to be dragging weight because if you can't pay for them, you're going to be losing victory points at the end, and it can get really bad. But as you're buying these tiles, they're your special tiles you can use free. Everyone else who uses them, they have to pay you for them. So you're trying to get these good tiles while all the while trying to survive and build. Because you got to train new dice. If all your dice age out, you're screwed for this game. That almost happened to me once, and really, really hurt me. I lost very, very, very bad one game because I did not have anyone trained. I realized last minute, I was like, oh no! So I had to use baby steps to slowly train some of my die. And all of us did, except this one girl who was training her die and had this great engine going. But you can get victory points when you grab a tile. You can orient it to where the corners have different colors on them. If they match it with corners of other ones, you can get victory points that way too. The game is just awesome. There's a wall you can get, and you don't want someone to get too many walls because then they'll break away with victory points. And again, and there's some extra player boards you can buy on the BGG that just have you different. There's happiness points and sadness points you can get hit every round on. and the point system's a little bit different on these boards here. Higher risk, higher reward, and stuff like that. So I play this one a lot, and every time it comes out, it seems like we always have an epic game. Preor, believe it, folks. Listen to me, it is a very underrated game. Another game you can get for pennies on the dollar, and it is well worth it. Well worth every dime. All right, number 37. A lot of people know this. You've been looking at behind me this whole time. Marvel United. I have everything Marvel United, and Multiverse is coming out. Yes, I'm an idiot who spent hundreds of dollars on it. I'm excited for it. I think this is it. They're not going to do any more after this. I'm excited for some of the characters. I just want to play it again. I want to see what they can do differently, because the first one impressed me. Most of them did. The second one really impressed me, because all but maybe two were just brand new mechanics I've never seen before for this game. And the third one supposedly is going to have some more stuff that's different. And I can't wait. I also want that big giant Galactus Chubby baby. But other than that, though, I do enjoy this game. Everyone loves Marvel. It's a fun game to play with other players. Me and my nephews usually sit down and play through them all over the weekend. I did that with one of my gaming groups. I don't know who's going to play it with me. Well, my wife sometimes sits down too, because she likes this game. She hates that we have the hardest time beating Thanos. That is the hardest one ever. Second hardest, believe it or not, is the Green Goblin. He is so impossible. And that Spider-Man one. That's a really hard one too. I don't remember who's the hardest for X-Men. Mr. Sinister is really good, because he's kind of scary, because he's actually won a couple of times on us. But they got so much stuff going on, and I hope they switch over to DC, because if so, I'll have to get a second job. Because you can combine DC people with Marvel people. Oh, the nerd. Oh, gotta go take a shower, wipe off the nerd off me. But I love, and I know people say, oh, every character's the same. No, it's the same three symbols, but their special abilities are different. I think they're vastly different, and I love the different abilities. I don't understand why some characters are even made. Like Spider-Ham is the worst character in the world. There's no way anyone would want him. He has nothing powerful. Even Howard the Duck, who is super weak too, has one really powerful card. Actually, I used that card to kill Thanos one of the few times we won the game. When you die with Thanos, you get Thanos snapped, and you have to pick a new player. So I picked Howard the Duck. I put myself on Thanos so he would kill me, because I was like, I just wanted to kill someone. I thought we were going to lose again. I drew cards, and he has this big super card that if he's on the same square as the other player is like, shut up. I said, guys, read this. I said, did we just beat Thanos? All right. Yeah. We just kind of danced around the room and everything. Like one of the few times, because for us, Thanos is really hard. Either that or we suck at this game. But this game is super, super awesome, and I hope they make a DC version soon. All right, number 36 is a new game in my collection. I remember I got it because someone had it for super cheap on some sales, like $20. I said, well, all right, let me try it out. And Tabanusi is really good. It's part of the T series of games. I don't know. I looked at the other T series of games, and they're very popular with people. But of course, I don't like them. I like this one, which seems to be the most unpopular one with people. And in this game, you are you're grabbing the die, and the pip value on the die tells you where you get to go on the board for your next turn. So the pip value matters. After that, that color die becomes a good. The pip value doesn't matter. It's just an extra maybe yellow resource or blue or green resource. And you're using this to buy land tiles and then building on other people's land tiles, because I don't know how this works thematically, but it's more expensive to build on your own land tile. So you want to kind of, build land tiles and then build on other people's land tiles for quick and easy victory points. There's tons of ways to get victory points. This game, you keep the first round takes forever, because you have to wait until one of the dice pools are empty. But by that time, one round will go, and then 2, 3, 4 will go, and then suddenly there's only one round left. I mean, the rounds really it takes a slow time for the first round to end, and then boom, 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 you have 2 or 3 fast ones, then another slow one, then another fast one, or something like that. And I love the tempo of the game too. I got the little Random House little promo tiles for this one, because I love it. And it's funny watching all these reviews, people going, yeah, this is different. Like they want to say they like it because they like all the other T series games. But I looked at the other T series games, and they just don't look interesting to me. What's wrong? What's wrong with this gamer? But Tabanusi, you can still find it for $20. And I think it's well worth that. I think the game is wonderful. It blew me. I thought for $20, I said, if I don't like it, oh, well, it's just $20, right? But I love this game. That's why it's so high on my list right now. It may be higher after next year, because, I mean, every time I play it, I keep loving the game. So excellent game. My number 35 is Kashgar, Merchants of the Silk Road. Oh, my Lanta. Did it go up or down? I don't know. I'll have to find out for you later. But this one is like Splendor in a way, because you're basically trying to grab spices, grab gold and donkeys to buy certain contracts with. But it's different than Splendor. So if you don't like Splendor, I think you should look at this, because it's 3 little deck builders you're trying to do. There's like caravans, and you play whatever card's on front and then move it to the back once you activate it. And each character does something different. Sometimes, and this sucks if you do it, you have to just burn a card. Like, I'm not going to use this action. I just want to move him to the back. And that's your turn. Sometimes you got to do that because you didn't plan well. Or maybe you just want to save that person for later. Some of them have one-time actions that when they use it, they're gone from your hand. Some of them let you cull other, caravans from your cards from your deck. And I really, really enjoy this game. Another game that's super cheap and out there. And if you love Splendor, I think you should get this game. If you don't like Splendor, you think, oh, Splendor's way just it's too simple. Okay, try Cash Guard, because managing 3 different decks at the same time isn't as simple as you want, because you're trying to get where all 3 of them complement each other. So you can do this action and then go to this caravan and do this one and then finish it with this action. And then hopefully keep doing that with all 3 decks, not just making one deck perfect. I don't know how I found this game a couple years back, but I have loved it ever since. It's a great game. And hold on, I'll find out right now where it's located. Yeah, it went down 2 spots. So see, it's almost exactly where it was last time. All right, so next up, Renegade Games. I love this game. No one ever talks about this one. Explorers in the North Sea. This is a solid action point game. You're laying tiles, taking action points in the game. This just recently, a few years ago, someone sold me an incomplete copy of everything. I said, hey, dude, it's missing these pieces. He went, you can call Renegade Games, we'll get you it. What, you should give me my money back. You sold me an incomplete game. Well, after I got the complete pieces I needed from Renegade, I started playing it, really liking it. The thing that's catapulted this up into my top 100 and into my top 50 even was because I got this like little mini deck called the mini expansion called the Crew. And what it does, it lets you, if you can achieve certain objectives, you can get a bonus 1, 2, or 3 action points per turn. But the thing is, though, you got to achieve these quick, because every time someone achieves one, the qualifications to achieve it gets higher and higher. And it kind of, it's points. There's a lot of points out in this game, but this game makes you go off on random errands, it seems like, but just to get that action point. And if you can, you don't need all 3. One time I chased down all 3 and I lost, because while I was chasing down small kitty points, they were really building their Viking empire up. But you could get 1, definitely 2, and you're sweet sailing after this. And if no one else goes for those, and you're always, leading the pack with a bonus or 2 bonus actions, that will win you the game too. But the more I play this game, the more I love it. It's not my favorite Viking game. There is one that's better, but this one's pretty close. So Explorers of the North Sea, excellent game. Next up, game that's been in my collection. I know, I'm not even looking at anything. I know it's been here for about 6, 7 years now. And it is Virginia Schigli again. It is Grand Austria Hotel. Love this game, where, of course, you're gathering resources, using those resources to serve the people at the table, and then booking them for a room, hopefully getting some victory points along the way, or some cash, or whatever the card gives you. And different objectives here. This game is so awesome. I've been playing it for years. Used to be a top 10 game way back in the day, but it's, other games have passed over time. It's still a great game. I love playing it. The only thing that I am disappointed with is the Let's Waltz expansion wasn't that good. It was not that good at all, actually. So, and that was kind of disappointing, because we still play with it here and there, but no one really uses any of the expansion stuff. No one sees the point of it. Champagne is so hard to get. It's so hard to get people in the ballroom and everything. And then people just don't want to worry about that. They just want to focus on feeding people and then getting them into the hotel. And that's really what the focus is. So it was a big bummer when the expansion came out. It was big for me. It was a swing and a miss. But all you need is the base game. The base game is just excellent. It's an excellent game. All right, next up is 2 new games, 2 new ones. Number 32 is Gutenberg. I was looking at Gutenberg when it first came out, and I for some reason didn't get it, and then forgot about it. And then someone had it on sale, and I can't remember who it was, but it had it on a really good sale. I was like, oh yeah, I always wanted that. So I went ahead and bought it. Love it. Love it. And I love this game. I've even played it after my review, of it. And it's so funny, because I was playing with the game group, and when they start understanding it, they start going, oh, they sit up in their chair, they go, oh, this is pretty cool. And my nephew did that too. He went, like when he saw how points were scored and how the game's plays, like, oh, it starts dawning on you, like, oh, this is a fun strategy. I mean, basically, you're just gathering letters, gathering ink, trying to fulfill contracts. And the more you can fulfill, there's bonus levels on the contracts. The more you can fulfill, the better the income is. I even have the little promo pack. It's on Board Game Geek's website. And get it. It's extra contracts that have even more detail of stuff that you can give, or certain letters that you can have that will give you bonuses or whatnot too. And it really sings. This game is so much fun. I don't think they're going to do an expansion for it. And to be honest, they don't need any. The game is perfect as is. Tons of replayability. Gutenberg has been a gem for 2023. But folks, there is one base game. There's base games like Ticket to Ride, which I don't like. Catan, which I love. And then there's a new game. Not new. It's a very old game that I just found out about and started playing. Carcasson. Yeah, I'm shocked too. I'm usually not for tile placement stuff, but woo! So after my review, we have played through the expansions again. And this time we've been breaking them down. We did too many last time, so we didn't get a good feel of them all. And some I still love. Some I love more. Some I don't like as much. Some are kind of pointless. But overall, this is really fun. I'm heavily thinking about tracking down everything. I'm a completist. There's a bunch of mini little modules to this. And I may go ahead, since I don't have many board games on my list to get right now, I may go ahead and track all those down. Because everything about Carcasson is just really good. Where has this game been in my life? I've seen it, and I've heard people talk about it. I was like, tile placement. But I finally got it, and we've had a great time. We've had so many great games. Do you need every little expansion? Probably not. And I still need some time before I can make my suggestions on which ones are my favorite and ranking them all. May have my game group on here to talk about it because we sat down and we played 2 whole nights of just playing Carcasson, different expansions and everything. And we were kind of shocked at how our strategies change for each expansion that we introduce. Because they're that different. They change now in a good way. You're still playing Carcasson, but your strategy changes in it. And it's really been well. Now, as of this video, I haven't played Mist over Carcasson, which I didn't even know was another expansion. I never knew that till now. So I'll probably get that, and you'll probably see a review at the first of the year. Just some spoilers there. Will I get the catapult? I don't know. It still didn't look that good, but I'm a completist, so who knows? But never say never, right? But I am shocked, happily shocked, about how good Carcasson has been. It's really been a solid game. So really enjoy it. And I know I'm super late to the party, but it's a great game. All right, that's it for now, folks. Come back next time and I will talk about my top 30 board games of all time. See you then.